That's coffees. Let's go and get some breakfast.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a scorching central Portugal.
The inferno of central Portugal.
And we've had a busy morning preparing for the upcoming heat wave.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness, there's loads ready. Well, the good thing is there's loads not ready too. So we will get like, you know, multiple harvests. I think they're ready, they're soft. Well, we're eating them.
So many figs on that tree. Enough for us and the birdies.
I'm thinking, oh, spider webs. I'm thinking that this tree is quite an easy tree for you
to climb.
So you could easily hoist yourself up there and then you can get some of the ones at the top as well. But we'll perhaps do that tomorrow. And these have got fruit on, not as many, but they're tiny. So we will have fruit going all the way till the end of the summer, I reckon, which is obviously good because you don't want them all ready at all the same time, do you? No. You know, obviously we're going to have to dry loads of them out, but we can eat these ones fresh.
You don't want to eat any off this one.
Is that the tree that Dizzy pees on?
Yes.
Here he is.
Raring to go. You open this gate and he's gone.
He's been charging around all morning like a little maniac. He's running in between my courgette plants, knocking the flowers off, which is obviously going to like stop the courgettes from growing. So I'm going to have to put like some chicken wire fence there or something. We're trying to control him and not have him going in the veggie garden, but it's very difficult. He's going everywhere like a little maniac all the time. There we go.
Breakfast is there. Cheers, love. Here's to surviving in central Portugal.
Surviving. So today is going to be, I think we just said, did we? 40 degrees, 39, 40 degrees, and tomorrow and the next day. And yeah, it's a heat wave for quite a few days. And we've basically been preparing everything to get ready for this afternoon, because this afternoon it's obviously going to be unbearable and we'll have to hide away for a few hours. I think everything is ready in place. We do need to set up a water stroke shower station down by the building because that's where we'll be escaping to this afternoon, and apart from that we'll see. Yesterday was 36, 37 maybe, and it, you know, it wasn't actually too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. We soaked Charlie once. I don't think we soaked Dizzy. Dizzy thrives in the heat. He loves it. Like Charlie struggles.
Here he is.
On the land. Here he is.
Eating dinner now. It's hot already, isn't it, sweetie?
Yeah, Charlie's not a summer dog, really. He prefers the winter and he's active and he's wandering around the land exploring. When it's hot, he's just in between the vans and now in the building, whereas Dizzy just darts around the land looking for geckos the whole time. We bought a big, powerful fan the other day, like a 120 watt fan, which is really good. So it's just a case of, yeah, being indoors at the hottest time of the day, and the hottest time of the day is actually like 5 o'clock.
We have got AC, like a proper AC unit coming. Some guy's going to come and fit it for us, but that's not for another 3 days, and that's happening in the building. And hopefully once that's fitted, that'll kind of be the answer to when it hits 40 degrees.
Guess what that is? Can you guess what sort of cake it is?
You guys must think we're absolutely mad and all we eat is banana bread. We don't always have it, right? We don't, seriously. But it seems to be like every time we start a new vlog, Nick's just done a batch.
I don't think I've ever had them fresh. Oh, they're ripe though.
Got myself a new watering can. I'm very excited about it. It was like the biggest one I could find in the shop. I've just got to that age, haven't I, where I get really excited about watering cans. We'll do the paws first to get you used to it. And get the paws. That's nice, isn't it? go, sweetie. I love the way he lifts his back legs up for you to do it. There we go.
Oh.
How's that?
Oh, that's nice and cool, that.
Yeah.
Good boy.
There we go. Right, was that you? So this is the chill room, or it will be the chill room when it's renovated. At the moment it's just a very noisy room, quite dark, with an extra hot roof, basically. So we've got the portable AC running in there and 2 big fans, hence the reason it's so noisy. And then hopefully in a few days' time when we get the proper AC, it'll be a lot better and a lot cooler. The portable AC is really for the van and taking with us, and yeah, and also when we insulate and put the false ceiling in, which is like top priority job, it's going to make a big difference again.
We're also going to insulate the doors. We've got some tongue and groove panelling left over from the van build because we just did one wall in the van. So we've got enough. We might have to buy a bit more, and we're going to put a little frame up, insulation, and then tongue and groove on the window and the doors because you can feel the heat. It's almost hot to touch.
Yeah, because they're like metal doors. Hey, little one. Hey. See, this floor in here is actually cool to touch. Oddly enough, is actually cooler than the room next door. I suppose it's kind of protected. The room next door is kind of in the sun more, and this is protected. Plus, this room is like half underground, so the floor stays really cool and you get like a nice breeze coming in. So Charlie has again found the coolest spot in the land to chill out at 40 degrees. He's been in here for the last sort of hour or so, and yeah, even with the AC and the fans on next door, this is better for Charlie. It's quite close to the little birdie poops. We've only got one nest, but they do make quite a mess, and the babies are actually getting really big now. I think in last week's vlog we showed this room with like so much stuff in it. Shelves full of stuff, wasn't it? Nick actually cleared that whole room out yesterday.
Rearranged it again because we've got a proper tool shed down there.
Yeah, what we showed you last week. So now it's all organised. Nick's done so well, we'll show you in a minute. And good job as well, because obviously, like I just said, we've just realised that that room is the coolest spot. So ready for this heat wave. Now it's all clear, Charlie can just be in there, and even we could just go and sit in there and lay down on the cold floor.
We want to kind of keep it clear because yeah, we've only got these, you know, this building, these 2 rooms, yeah. So we want to make use of that, keep it clear so Charlie can go in there. When we put tiles down, it's going to be a complete game changer.
It's going to be brilliant in there, it really is. Water feels warm now. It's going to just be a cool down, but I might just have a full-on shower.
So while Sarah's having a nice hot shower, that lovely little solar shower there works really well. That does a little black 35-litre water storage container, heats up in the sun, and you can have a nice hot shower. Not that you want it really, prefer a cold one. But while she's having a shower, I just thought I'd show you how we're powering this building, how we're powering the aircon unit, how we'll be powering the new aircon unit coming on Thursday, and supplying power to everything we need in there. It's from these 2 550 watt solar panels. I can't believe how cheap these were. 65 euros or 64 euros, 550 watts. And checked the power station the other day and we were bringing in 880 watts. Not bad that, not bad. All down to the angle that I've created from these leftover pallets. Quite happy with that. So that should bring in enough power for the aircon and everything else. Yeah, we picked up those solar panels, went shopping the other day. We got some other bits and bobs, like Sarah's watering can. And she also got stuff for a watering system, which I'll let her show you in a bit. So yeah, quite a successful trip to the shops. Unfortunately, we didn't get the wood, which we really wanted to, but the 2 main things, power and watering system. Now, what else have we been getting on with? Well, apart from completely organising this shed, moving all the shelves into here so it's a proper tool shed with lots of space left over, I've been working on some steps around the well, which is a work in progress. Hopefully they should work. I've been walking up and down them for the last few days and they haven't collapsed yet. Basically, I've just created them with some leftover pallets again. So I've sort of leveled it out, put the last plank down, put some soil in between, added some slate, and we'll be putting gravel and stuff to make it look nice. But yeah, so far so good. I'm just going to head back up to the house now because it is quite hot and I think I need a little cool down as well.
42.8 degrees in here currently. I mean, the thermometer is quite like near the roof, but still, it's hot. So I'm going to cook the most easiest lunch and quickest thing I can and get the heck out of here. The water from the tap, the first moment it comes out is like hot. I'm not even going to chop them. 3 minutes apparently. That will do. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to have another shower as soon as I get back up there. Absolutely sweating now, but I think that looks all right for a 5-minute meal. You can't really be preparing food in a van that hot this time of day, so I think I've learnt my lesson and I will be preparing like lunch or meals for the day like the night before or early in the morning because it's so hot. Love!
Oh wow, what's this?
Is it hot? It's hot, the plates, careful.
Oh, lovely.
Toasty, toasty. We're going to leave the dishes till later, definitely. So now we are going to have some, where is it? Right, there it is. Smoothies! So there's one place in the van that is not 42.8 degrees. It's actually 4 degrees. Can you guess where that is? In here! Milk, 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 milk. So I'm just going to give a real quick shout out to EcoFlow. This is their brand new Glacier Classic 35 litre fridge freezer. Actually, it can be a fridge or a freezer. I think it goes up to like -20. We have used it as a freezer already, so we've given this little fridge freezer a really good test because since we've owned it for the last couple of weeks, the temperatures have been really high, like above 35 degrees pretty much every day, let's face it. And then in the van, obviously it's even hotter than that, and it's working, it's fine, it's not noisy, it's completely silent actually, and it's keeping our food cold. What else does a fridge do? What else do you need a fridge to do? What we really like about this fridge is it's got like two-way door opening, which I think is quite clever for one of these little fridges. So basically you can open it this way or this way, which would be really good if you had it like in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat in a car or whatever. You know, you could both get a beer out as you go. Not drink driving, of course, you know what I mean. So it's got eco mode on it to help save the battery. It's also got a car battery protection, so if the battery drops below a certain voltage then it will shut down. It's very economical, really good on power. Like currently now it is using 41 watts. As always with the EcoFlow products, you can do everything in the app. You can switch to max mode or eco mode. You can change your temperatures up and down. You can change it into a freezer in case you just all of a sudden want to freeze everything in your fridge. Why not? So it's powered by 12 volt, or you can power it by the normal plug in the wall, and also you can plug solar panels into this. If you've got the add-on battery, then you can charge it via the solar panels or the other two methods I just suggested. So if you're looking for a really funky, cool looking, nice little fridge for your camper van, fridge freezer, sorry, then we highly recommend the EcoFlow Glacier Classic 35 litre. A great little bit of kit for all of your camping and summer needs. So we'll leave all of the information in the description box below. Thank you EcoFlow for continuing to support our channel and sponsoring today's video. Very ripe, squishy bananas. Milk. And then we have frozen berries and ice. Heat's getting to me now, isn't it? Can't even put the lid on anything.
Brain freeze.
Brain freeze. Oh, so nice. It's just been a crazy couple of hours, actually. So what happened was we were in the main building, the main room, you know, with the aircon and all that, and our laptops. Charlie was next door, and he's been okay next door up until a couple of hours ago. So we were in there, we heard a bit of a commotion, and Charlie was round the corner, like where the sunflower is. And one of the little baby birds from the nest in that room was also there next to Charlie. So obviously we ran round and the bird flew off low to the ground. So
I don't know whether the bird's fallen out the nest and startled Charlie and made him jump.
Anyway, this got Charlie very excited. The bird obviously flew off, but Charlie was shaking quite a lot with kind of excitement, stroke seizure. He kind of like, you know, tried to calm him down, cool him down, took him into the room, and then Nick calmed him for a few minutes or whatever, and then he seemed...
I think it was a minor seizure.
Minor seizure.
He sort of moves to convulse, and then he just sits sort of still, hand over his eyes, and put water on him, cool him down.
When it's this hot, it's the worst time for this kind of thing to happen. Anyway, so in light of this and how hot it's been today and sort of hard to deal with, it's okay for us, but it's the dogs. We need to put the dogs first. We always put the dogs first, especially Charlie.
And the fact that, you know, we think one bird has flown the nest and there's another 4 in there,
and they look like the baby birds that are in the nest look like they're about to get ready to fly. So that room's a no-go zone now for Charlie, and that was his cool-off place. And tomorrow's going to be the same today, if not hotter, at 40 degrees. So in this being said, we need to get out of here. We can't do another day like today with Charlie's situation, because if he has a seizure or anything like what's happened today, we have to change the situation, because it's very dangerous for dogs to have multiple seizures. So the next 24 hours are kind of quite crucial for how Charlie is mentally and physically. So we need to drive, we need to go somewhere where it's not 40 degrees. Thankfully, we have set up a watering system, an irrigation system, but it's not finished. We don't have all of the connections we need. We don't have all of the timers we need. So at the moment, it's just like on the taps, but not on timers. We do have a timer as such, one timer, so we can do some of it, but the pressure when you put it on timer is a lot less than when you just run it straight from the tap. So we were going to get new timers that we don't have yet. But at the end of the day, we're just going to soak this lot as much as we can, and the new trees, and we're going to go anyway. And if anything dies or whatnot, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously, we've spent a lot of time down here doing all this, but what's more important is obviously little Charlie Bear and his well-being. So I think this will all be all right if we just give it a good soak tonight and tomorrow morning, and we'll organise the proper irrigation system when we get back.
So guys, we managed to find somewhere that wasn't 40 degrees. We checked into a little aircon apartment. Small house.
We're basically just south of the city of Castelo Branco in a little village. So what happened, we last filmed on the land and told you that Charlie had kind of like a little mini seizure after the bird incident, and we decided to leave and find somewhere cooler for the following day, which was 40 degrees. After we finished filming, Charlie deteriorated. He basically had another couple of small seizures.
He had 2 other mild seizures that evening, one a little bit later on, and then I think just before we went to bed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we had a terrible night. I actually slept
on the floor
with Charlie because we were really worried about him having another seizure. So we put some cushions down and I slept staring at him, watching him go to sleep, making sure his eyes were shutting and making sure he's cool. We had a flannel on him, wetting the flannel and cooling it down, big flannel on him.
We basically had like 2 hours sleep that night and we were so worried. And but he wasn't like really seizuring bad, but there were he wasn't right. He was unstable on his legs. And we're thinking, gosh, he'd been bit by a snake. Do we rush to an emergency vet's now in the middle of the night? And then we thought, well, that's not the best idea. He was exhausted as well, and he did actually manage to sleep through the night better than Nick and I, put it that way.
He had some food as well, so yeah.
Yeah, he did eat food and he was drinking water. Anyway, the following morning we got up and we thought, well, he's had a good night's sleep, let's monitor him, but I think we need to go and see a vet.
He was walking across the land and then he went into a little mini seizure, so I ran over, calmed him down, carried him back to the van.
That's when we were like, we need to go now. We need to go to get to the vets. So we packed up, we left, we drove. It was worrying on the drive as well because he was like quite a few trembling quite a lot, and we stopped several times to get out and try and change the situation for him. And then we just drove straight to Castelo Branco, the city, and we went to the first vets that we found en route. And thankfully, it was a really nice lady. She spoke English as well, which was obviously such a great help.
She had a little paw tattoo, so that was a giveaway.
She had a dog paw tattoo. I thought, oh, she's obviously a dog lover. Anyway, so she was very nice. She was very understanding as well because these two don't like the vets at all. They're Charlie is quite a nervous dog anyway. So we told her all the situation, how it all happened, starting off with the bird, and then, he explained his history, how he's been having seizures since he was about 1.5, 2. So therefore he does have epilepsy, but the seizures have never been frequent enough for us to get him on seizure medication, the chemicals.
And then the last few years he's been really good. I mean, we've talked about this on the channel. He's been having the CBD oil. It's really helped him a lot. And the last year he's been, seizure free. We've had nothing. He still gets a little anxious every now and again, so we give him a couple of drops. But so this is why we were so worried with these multiple seizures all in the space of a very short time. I was thinking, like, has he eaten something? Has he been bitten? Or, because he's never had that. He's never had four. I mean,
several in a row.
They were mild. He didn't convulse.
But his back legs were wobbly. Yeah. He couldn't, he just wasn't himself at all. He was trembling quite a lot. Yeah, so she did all of the blood works and all of that, and we had a good chat. She gave us some advice, and the blood all came back normal, didn't it? There was a couple of numbers slightly higher, but she said that could be due to the seizures that he's just had this morning and the night before. And after quite a long time of chit-chatting and thinking, what are we going to do, she gave us some medication, which is actually anti-seizure medication. She recommended he take this because he's had all of these seizures in a row and everything else came back normal. And so we've been reading up on it as well, obviously read up on it before we started giving it to him, and she just thinks it's the right way to go. A good move, I feel, because since he's had the medication, it was like it almost started working immediately. He's very calm, he's very sleepy. Now that's you know, it's anti-convulsion medication, basically.
She said it shouldn't dull him down much, and if it does, then let her know.
And she
Shouldn't
also
change his
said,
personality.
yes, and she also said that it's one that he doesn't have to be on forever. And I've read about it. So if we feel like taking him off this medication, we can, as long as it's done slowly. You know,
Taper
you
it
just
off.
cut the dose down and then see how he goes. So it's just sounded like a good option for us. And yeah, so since he's had it, he's been so tired and sleepy, hasn't he?
He's a little bit wobbly on his back legs. He's sort of like he's drunk. So.
Yeah, a little bit. And I suppose that's just his body getting used to the meds, but absolutely zero sign of any seizures or anxiety since he's
Been
had
very
that.
calm, you know,
Very
you move a
calm.
chair, loud noise happens, and he's not bothered at
Because
all.
normally when, you've got to be careful, everything with Charlie, if something suddenly happens, he can't get too excited or things like that. We have to be on alert all the time. But several things have happened actually since here, like there's cats around.
Loads of them outside, and they keep coming to the window.
Dizzy suddenly rushes and barks, and normally that we're like, oh gosh, you know, we don't want Charlie to get overly excited because that can bring seizures on and things. But this has been happening, and he's just been like, sleeping through the whole lot.
So we're quite happy. We're happy we didn't drive further. We're happy we came here. We found a nice little house.
It's been a good place for Charlie to recover, basically. It's so quiet around here, apart from the cats annoying him a little bit. And there's, you know, we're not like we've been doing much walking. I was going to say you can walk down to the viewpoint, but it's been 40 degrees again today.
There's a really nice viewpoint about 1 kilometre away, and then you can actually walk down to the river Tagus. Is it the Tagus?
I think so.
And there's some picnic benches down there, but it's just so hot. And
Yeah.
this morning we had to rush off to the shops to try and finish off the watering system so we can go there then. And tomorrow we're rushing back to the land to hopefully meet the aircon guy.
Yeah, so it's all go. So this is the medication that Charlie's on. How do you say that, love? Levetiracetam. So anyway, that's what he's on. Let's see how it goes. And I'm just going to show you guys this. Now, you know when you leave like a potato in the cupboard too long and it starts to grow little tiny sprouts, you end up like, you know, putting it in a bin or whatever.
Brussels sprouts.
Sprouts. Anyway, look. Ours has gone to extreme. I love this. So we're growing sweet potatoes. So what I've done to grow sweet potato, we're not growing them yet. We will be. Well, we are growing them, I guess. But I basically put the sweet potato in water. The water's gone down a lot. Like the water was up to here and I keep topping it up. Pointy side down. And then after like a week and a half, it gets roots at the bottom. And then you get all the slips, they're called, at the top. So each one of these slips is going to be a sweet potato plant that you'll plant in the ground and grow sweet potatoes. Now, it's a bit late in the season to start doing this, I think, but we're going to see how it goes anyway. I think they take about 3 to 4 months, depending on the climate, to grow. So I'm thinking, well, we get them in the ground soon, they'll go on, because you don't get any frosts here until it must be December. Maybe even January before it gets really cold and frost. So I think we've still got time to grow some sweet potatoes. So you basically break these slips off.
Can I just say that I just think that looks really cool.
Decorative.
It looks like a little bonsai tree. That's the big trunk, and then all these little
I know.
leaves and
I think we'll
branches
just
coming
have
off
them
it.
growing around the house. And you know you can eat the leaves of sweet potatoes as well.
I do now.
And they grow like vines, you know, all in the ground. You could just pick the leaves off and I think eat them in salads. So you get these slips, which are just basically you pick them off like that, and then you just put that in water. In fact, these ones I did a few days ago, and then look, they grow roots, and then like probably give that another few days so it gets more roots, and then you plant that in the ground, and then you're just growing a sweet potato. Like, I just find all this stuff so fascinating. Sorry, but I really do. So hopefully we can grow some sweet potatoes. And you know what else I thought? The actual potato still feels solid, even the wet bit, like it's not going rotten. So I said you could still eat that potato.
Food of the gods, aren't they? Food of the gods.
Or would it keep growing more and more slips? I think that's... I find it so fascinating. Sorry. Bom dia, folks. Good morning. Right, well, so we've left the accommodation, obviously, and we are on the way back to our place, to the land, and we are meeting the air conditioning guy. So that's quite exciting. He's going to fit this unit in the barn. Charlie's doing all right today. He's very relaxed, pretty calm. He's been watching the pussycats all morning while we've been getting ready out the window, wagging his little tail, and then there was a herd of goats that went past. So yeah, he's doing all right. So we'll just see how he goes over the next few days. We'll update you guys on everything next week, as always, and update you on everything that happens on the land. And thanks so much for watching. We have hit 70k subscribers now. We were waiting for ages, so we're pretty happy about that. So thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, then you can hit the subscribe button, because now the next big milestone is 100k.
Come on, let's get to 100.
Probably in about 10 years time. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we will catch you all next Thursday.
Take care, guys. See you next week.